Hey guys, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is going to be about what they thought when they first saw you or when the two of you first met. So we are going to look at what their feelings and their thoughts were when the two of you first met, and then we'll see how those feelings may have changed since you first met. And then at the end of the reading, we'll just wrap up by getting any additional messages that you might need to know about this connection. So I have 4 readings for you to choose from today. We are going to be picking based on the images on these cards. So I will give you a close-up of each of them. Reading number 1 will go with this image. Here is the image for reading number 2. For reading number 3 will be this image. And for reading number 4, here's a close-up of the image. All right, take as much time as you need. Pause the video if you want to pause on those close-ups to take a better look. I'm going to have your timestamps down below in the description box, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, number 1. If you picked this image, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out how your person felt or what they thought when they first saw you. So this can be when they first saw you or when the two of you first met. Let's go ahead and jump in with your oracle cards and your tarot cards and figure out what this person thought when they first saw you. So the first card we have is the Black Egg. Okay. This really shows me that they were very impressed by you when they first saw you. Let's lay out some of your tarot cards and see what else we have. We have the Six of Pentacles. Let's move this down where you can see. The Two of Wands, definitely impressed by you. The Ace of Wands. The Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, this person was truly drawn to you and impressed by you when they first saw you. This Two of Wands energy is making me think that for some of you, you didn't meet this person face to face the first time. So that might be true for some of you, that this was a long distance connection. You might have met this person like through a dating app or through some other kind of app and messaged them. But however it was that you did first communicate with this person or make your first connection with this person, they were very impressed by you. This person felt like you were really sure of yourself when you first met. In terms of knowing who you are. So I don't mean that in like in a conceited way. It just feels like they really felt like you were sure of who you were and what you have to share. I think they admired your honesty and then also appreciated how down to earth you are. For some of you, this person did see you at a distance at first, so this isn't necessarily like we were talking about before where this was a messaging app, but like that you were there in the same place as them, in the same location as them, but they were looking at you from a distance. I think that for some of you, you might not have even known that they were seeing you, but something about you caught their attention, and I'm picking up on like it was like the dress you were wearing, or it was like your hair, or something physically about you really caught their attention, and they might have been kind of like eyeing you for longer than you realized. Before you realized that you had officially met this person, they were already looking at you. I hope that doesn't sound creepy, but you definitely caught their eye. Not getting like a creepy stalker sense from that. I'm getting like they were watching you from across the room thinking, I have to get to know that person. I really want to meet that person. There was something that was sort of radiant about you that really stood out to them and caught their attention. It's like you were impressing them with your authenticity, even without speaking a word to them. So I don't know if the two of you even spoke on this first meeting, or the very first time that they saw you. You may not have even spoken to them, but there was something that was very impressive about you. This person liked most of all, they liked the way that you dive right in. So if this was someone that you were having a conversation with, whether that was on a messaging app or in person, face-to-face conversation, they noticed right away that you're not really that big on small talk, that you like to discuss real things, like you want to just get right to the point. I'm kind of seeing that for some of you, you could have been in a debate with this person right from the start, but it feels like conversation was really interesting and they liked that about you. They liked that it wasn't just like, oh, hey, how's the weather? You know, like you really had something to say that was sparking their interest and their attention. It could have been that you shared something with this person that you're deeply passionate about. You could have discussed a topic that you get kind of fired up about, and they were able to see you come to life in that way and really get to know like something about you, you know, like something that's personal to you, get to know you on a more personal level right from the beginning, because you were so authentic and you were so open and communicating about this topic. I think that this, it's like they really love that you didn't just scrape the surface, and that's super intriguing to them. But I think that this person views you as someone who really like has their ish together. So somebody who like has plans and who has a future ahead of them. This could be because of topics that you discussed with them. If it's not, it's as odd as it might sound, it's almost like you just looked like you have your ish together. So you might have been like dressed really nicely, or there's just a certain confidence about you. But yeah, I'm picking up on the fact that this person felt maybe even a little intimidated by you the first time that they met you, but they really loved the fact that you seemed to have a lot of depth to you, that you really seemed to have like a lot going on, a lot going for you. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. They felt like you have a lot going for you, like you have a future. It could be that you have a lot of plans for the future, and it also could be that you have a lot of responsibilities. If this person saw you juggling a lot of responsibilities when they first saw you, or when the two of you first met, this could be what gave them the impression that like you really have stuff together and you really have your head on straight, because it seems like you're able to balance a lot of responsibilities, and like there's a certain maturity to you. For some of you, I think you might have met this person or seen them for the first time, like in a social setting. So they could have seen you interacting in a social setting and thought that you have a lot of friends, or that several people were demanding your attention. So this could have played into that kind of perception of really having a lot going on and having a future. There was definitely an immediate attraction on their end with this Wands energy coming through. There was definitely attraction for you as soon as they saw you. The thing about this is, I was going to say the funny thing, but I guess it's really not that funny for this person. But this Four of Cups energy, they didn't think you were interested in them at all. The reason that is funny is because maybe you think that you did everything to let them know that you were interested, but for some reason they didn't really think that you were interested in them. It could have just been like some insecurity that they were projecting on you. It could have been because they were seeing you being quite social, and maybe you were talking to a lot of different people, and they were kind of thinking like, they don't have time for me. But yeah, there's this feeling that like you wouldn't be interested in them, or like a person like you wouldn't be interested in them for whatever reason. There's definitely that coming through in the reading. Like I was saying, it could just be that you were really engaged in other things that were going on. Something else had your attention, but it feels like they didn't think that you were looking at them quite the same way that they were looking at you. That they were kind of feeling super attracted to you, and thinking that you likely wouldn't feel that way about them, or like you didn't notice them at all. I like this Six of Pentacles energy here. They were seeing you as someone very generous. So this is like, it could be generous with your time or your attention. This could kind of play into why they might have felt like they were a bit ignored by you, if that even makes sense, because you may have been in a setting where like you were under no obligation to give them any of your attention, but it does feel like you might have been kind of preoccupied doing other stuff. But they saw you as somebody who was very generous with your time or your attention, someone who was very giving. So they probably saw you interacting in a very kind way, maybe even helping someone else. This could have been during the time that you weren't quite sure that they were even noticing you. But there is kind of a feeling that this person thought you might not have time for them. You might not have enough to offer them, at least at the first part of them seeing you. I think for some of you, this is a case of they were seeing you from a bit of a distance, and they were seeing you interacting with other people, and they were seeing you looking nice and very pulled together and kind of feeling like you might be out of their league. And then when the two of you did talk, there was a lot of depth to the conversation, and you were really intriguing to them on more than just a physical level, which there's definitely physical attraction here. So yeah, they were very drawn to you physically, and I think drawn to your ability to carry a conversation, even if that wasn't with them. They were drawn to that, but they didn't seem to think that you were very interested in them. So I wonder why. Let's look into these next two oracle cards to see how their feelings have changed since then. And for some of you, this could be how their feelings are going to change in the future if you haven't really like gotten to this point in the connection. So let's see. We have security. Oh, I like that. And we have hope. Okay. I like that security card coming out because with this Four of Cups, this person wasn't really sure that their feelings for you were reciprocated the first time that the two of you met. And I think with security coming out, it's like, it's just them gaining a little bit more confidence and acknowledging the fact and like learning, finding out that you are actually interested in them too. So this could be that the two of you just haven't had a lot of time to communicate, and there hasn't really been an opportunity for you to express that to them. But it looks like sometime in the future, or maybe this has already taken place for some of you, they've gotten to a point where they're like pretty sure that you like them back. And that's always a good thing, because being in that uncertain place, it like the relationship can't really move forward if they constantly are thinking that you don't like them. So I like that energy. It could be that you've expressed more interest in this person. Like you've had more time to just express more interest, to be a little bit flirty with them and let them know. But yeah, and also the security card can point to them wanting to move forward with something stable. So this could be their desire to kind of enter a more committed relationship with you. The hope card, again, beautiful energy for this. If you haven't moved into this area of the connection, it looks like things are going to deepen. Where we know things are reciprocated, we know that there's kind of a hope for the future. If you can see the figures on this card, like it's two people embracing. So it's just like, I think they're seeing this relationship deepen. They're seeing that it could go somewhere, and they actually have, they're positive about it. Like they're thinking positively in terms of this connection. Let's look into some more of your cards to see what other messages we can get. We actually have these two cards already out on the table. So we'll look into your astrology card. Maybe we'll flip them at the same time. So we'll look at your astrology card here, and then we'll flip over this original card that you selected and see what message is on that card. So let's see. We have earth element stability. Okay, I love that message. This is kind of a bit of a repeated message when it comes to like the security card. So I like that. This shows that this person's approach to this connection is one of stability. It's not, they're not rushing into anything, and they're really looking for something that's a bit more grounded than just like a quick fling. And I like that energy. Let's see what this card says. This card says, wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Okay. This person is moving forward with a more gentle approach when it comes to you. this might be different for them. So you'll have to kind of take this as it resonates based on your knowledge of this person. But this might be something a little different for them. They might be somebody who really rushes into things. The fact that this physical attraction was present in the very beginning of the reading and in the very beginning energy of this, like when they're first seeing you, there was physical attraction. They might be somebody who has been more prone to jump into situations based on physical attraction. But with you, they immediately saw a depth. And I think it was just the way you presented yourself. Like you presented yourself as somebody who really has like things going for you and somebody who could have a deep conversation and could actually explore new ideas with them. So they're really approaching this in a more stable fashion than they might have typically. They're not rushing into anything. It feels kind of like they may have in the past rushed into things and kind of just rode that wave until the spark fizzled out, but they want more of like a slow burn when it comes to you. They don't want it to just spark and then fizzle out. So they are taking a more tempered approach when it comes to this. They don't want to approach you in an aggressive way in any way or anything that could even be perceived as aggressive. And that might be also some of your energy. You might kind of give off, just exude the energy of like don't approach me like that, you know, like approach me with something real, approach me with something stable. Don't just approach me like all fire energy, everything really fast and passionate. You likely want more depth, and I think they can pick up on that about you. And so they're trying to approach you in a slower, more calculated way. They're trying to be more careful about how they move forward with you. There is also the element of them potentially being afraid at some points in this of being rejected or of scaring you away. We did have this Four of Cups energy, and it does look like ultimately they will find more security when it comes to your feelings for them. But there could be a period of time where this person does want to move a little slow because they're not sure of their feelings towards you. So that could be touching on not their feelings towards you, on your feelings toward them. They might kind of want to test the waters and make sure that you are feeling them the same way they're feeling you before they move forward too quickly and embarrass themselves. So that could be kind of an element of that. But yeah, they're taking a slow and steady approach when it comes to you, and they're allowing things to unfold naturally, as this card says. I think sometimes this person has to really hold themselves back. It's taking a lot of restraint for them to kind of use this tempered energy around you, because there is a lot of attraction and it's been there since day one. They've noticed that. They picked up on that right away, that they were very attracted to you. But at the same time, this connection seems to call for a more stable energy, for something that just appears to be more stable. I don't mean that there's not actually stability, but I think this person really wants to present as somebody who can offer stability and somebody who's not going to rush in. If this is someone you've known and you kind of know that they have a history of maybe going from relationship to relationship, or they kind of move through things fast, or they don't have deep feelings when it comes to relationships, they have more of like a hookup energy, then this is them really proving to you that they want more than that with you. So yeah, that's what I see for you. That's what this person was thinking when they first saw you, or when the two of you first met. They definitely think really highly of you, and they see you as somebody who just draws a lot of attention. You certainly drew their attention right from the beginning, but yeah, they kind of see themselves in this odd position of like trying to get your attention when you could have the attention of so many other people. Yeah, so in that way, maybe a little bit insecure feelings at first that grow into this really secure feeling. So that's wonderful energy. I think I will leave your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this kind of short for me reading. If you like this video, if it resonated, please don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will see you in another reading sometime soon. Bye. Hi, number 2. If you picked this image, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what this person thought when they first saw you or when the two of you first met. So let's jump right in, get some of your oracle cards and your tarot cards out and see what they thought. First, we have Mouse. Okay, a little bit of maybe timid energy coming through. Let's see. We have Ace of Swords. We have Queen of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Cups. Okay. When you first met this person, they may have viewed you as a little bit shy or timid. So depending on what the circumstances were when you met them, whether you actually see yourself this way or not, you may have been in an uncomfortable situation or just a scenario that was unknown to you, but they did see you as like a little bit timid in some way at first. What's most important here is they saw you as somebody who's really gentle and also quite perceptive. So let me move this down so you can see this whole card. Yeah, they were able to pick up on the fact that you are a gentle, caring person and how much you kind of like how much energy you pick up from others. They were able to see that about you right away. Was this long distance though, you guys? Was this a long distance connection? Because with this 3 of Wands, I'm feeling like it could have been a long distance like meeting, like you met this person online. This might be somebody who lives at a distance from you. So for some of you, that's the case. And I don't know how you met this person, if you met them online, if you were talking on the phone with them, or maybe you actually met them, but they were from somewhere far away. There is kind of that energy coming through for some of you. If you are someone who can tend to keep to yourself a little bit or be a little bit standoffish in social scenarios, they definitely picked up on this. It's almost like they could, like they knew what you were thinking in a way, or like they noticed you picking up on all of the little details around you. They could just pick up on that from you. So if you were in a situation where you were kind of like you were in a scenario that was maybe a little overwhelming for you, even if it wasn't, I just pick up on the fact that you're a highly perceptive person, and that even if you're not saying a lot, there's a lot going on in your head. And it feels like this person, when they first met you or when they first saw you, like they were aware of this on some level. They were aware of all the little details that you perceive and maybe don't say anything about. Maybe you do in certain scenarios, but maybe you're not even speaking up about them, and most people would never know that you've even picked up on these details, but this person was able to notice that about you. They were also able to see this really compassionate side of you right away. And again, yeah, they picked up on like there's so much going on in your head, even if you're choosing to keep quiet. I feel like for some of you, you may have had a really stimulating conversation with this person right away. And it's almost like that intrigued them even more because they may have seen you as somebody who wasn't that talkative or would prefer to keep to yourself a little bit, but then you seem to kind of open up to them. I'm wondering what scenario this person saw you in, because this compassionate side is really coming through, this very like sensitive side. And I don't mean sensitive in terms of like you're going to just cry at the drop of a hat. I mean sensitive, like you're very sensitive to energy. You're very sensitive to like you can really pick up on things. You can almost feel the things going on around you. You don't have to just rely on seeing them. And there's only so much that we can understand and and pick up on through sight alone. It's almost like you've got this this sixth sense in a way, and this person somehow knew that right when the two of you met. If this was like you were talking to this person on the phone or you were messaging this person and you weren't meeting them like in person, they were able to pick up on this maybe through stories that you told them or something you shared with them. You could have told them this about yourself, like how sensitive to energies you are. But yeah, they were able to pick up on this somehow. I think that they might have noticed that you seemed comfortable opening up to them. And that's what's like really cute about this is like if you were in a situation where you didn't really feel that comfortable opening up to everyone around you, you felt comfortable opening up to them. Or if you just classify yourself as someone who can be a little bit shy or who doesn't like to interact with people that you don't know very well, if they know this about you, they didn't pick up on that. Like they were thinking that you were actually opening up quite well to them, and that they would never describe you as someone who doesn't do well in those types of situations or something like that. It's like what I'm picking up on most of all is that they can see two sides to you. Like even if you are a person who's very outgoing and who can be very talkative and very like energetic and social, there's kind of another side to you too that that maybe not everyone knows about. And what's most important here is this person was able to pick up on some element of your personality that isn't immediately evident to everyone. So if you are very outgoing and you kind of have this timid side to you too, but nobody really knows about that part, this person picked up on that. Even if it's the exact opposite, you consider yourself very timid, this person was able to draw out part of you that is a little bit more talkative and a little more charismatic than you might typically be. So I think this person had a lot of thoughts about you when you were first meeting them, because they were seeing so many facets and so many elements of your personality. And I think they liked that about you. They liked that there was so much to discover and that there's like little hidden, unexpected parts of your personality. This idea of you being very kind-hearted is coming through with this Queen of Cups energy, also this Ace of Swords. This person was seeing you as somebody very compassionate, gentle, kind-hearted, and also extremely smart. So they liked that you didn't allow your intelligence or your keen perception, whatever that is for you, because for some of you it's just this sense that you have that is kind of like it can't really be explained, but it's like an ability that you have. You didn't allow any of that to make others feel small. Like it's not something that you use against people. You are highly intelligent and you have the ability to pick up on things, but it's not something you ever use against someone to make others feel like they should be able to perceive the same thing that you do, or that they should know this thing that you know. I think you're an extremely empathetic person, and that you kind of feel like because you're feeling and sensing the energy of those around you, you don't really like to hurt people or to make people feel uncomfortable. What I'm sensing is that this person is also very empathetic. This person, I'm thinking that you may be an empath and they may identify as an empath too. They might not even know that about themselves, but what I'm seeing here is somebody who was able to pick up on a lot of nuances about you right from the beginning, and that's probably because they were able to tap into your energy the same way that you're able to tap into other people's energy. So this is something the two of you have in common, and this might have been something that they thought right when they met you. If they're very aware of their ability to do this, then they would be aware that they were meeting somebody who had a similar gift in that way. So this might be something that they noticed about you right away. If this is someone that you are at a distance from, it's like they started running mental scenarios of how they could see you in person as soon as the two of you talked. So it seems like there were like plans being made, and this was on their mind. As soon as the two of you talked, they kind of knew that they wanted to figure out a way to meet you in person, to spend time with you in person, and to see you. With this Nine of Cups energy, they also felt that you had all the qualities that they were looking for. This is probably why they were like immediately thinking and planning of how the two of you could get closer, because they really feel like you were checking every box for them, even the smallest things that they aren't able to put into words, even things that they didn't know they were looking for in a partner, but that they can kind of like, they can sense if something's missing. It keeps coming back to that for this reading. It keeps coming back to like this ability to sense something. So I think both of you are highly sensitive, and this person goes off of a feeling more than anything. And they felt something in your presence. They felt something that's indescribable to them, but like if it's not present, they would know and they would be kind of put off. They felt something when it comes to you. So they were definitely making plans and trying to figure out how the two of you could get in close physical proximity. If you were meeting this person in person, they were thinking about the next date. Like they were kind of ahead. They were jumping ahead in their imagination and trying to figure out the logistics of things. And that's because they really felt like, wow, this person is checking every box. This person is smart and kind, and they seem to, it's like they get me. You know, there was something about the connection that made this person feel like we understand each other on a level that I can't really put into words. Like we totally understand each other. We just get each other. We just sense each other. Almost like you don't even have to speak, but you get it, you know? It's that kind of feeling. So yeah, they thought a lot of different things. That's what's interesting about this reading. They thought a lot of things. They noticed a lot of things about you, even things that most people wouldn't ever pick up on, even people who have known you for a long time. They noticed these things about you. So let's look at how their feelings have changed since that first time that they met you or that they saw you. Or how their feelings are going to change in the future. If this is the very, very beginning of the connection, we're just going to look at what is likely to happen in the future. Okay, let's see. We have maturity. And we have family. Oh, wow. Yeah, their feelings for you have grown for sure. Since that first time that the two of you connected, however you connected, their feelings for you have definitely grown. This person's thinking along the lines of marriage, of family, of children, of building the perfect life with you. They're there. And that's kind of funny because it's like I was saying, the first time that they saw you or the two of you met or the two of you talked, they were already jumping ahead in their imagination to figure out how they could progress this connection. And I feel like they just continued along this path, or they're just going to continue along this path, because it just feels like their feelings for you have matured. So they went from just wanting to spend more time with you to a much bigger idea about where this relationship could go. And also with this maturity card, they may have like very adult type, like mature feelings and thoughts when it comes to you. I think that if that's the case, which it probably is, there's a lot of emotion wrapped up in all that too. So it's not a case of just passion and just wanting to get physical with you. There's a lot of emotion, and I think the emotion came first. So if they've gotten to the point of those kind of thoughts, the emotion definitely came first. I think there was an element of emotion present when the two of you were first meeting each other, first speaking. There was already emotion present. There was already something they could sense and they could feel about you. But their feelings have deepened or will deepen over time. I also think that there's a strong indication that this person is kind of like, they're in their head about this a lot in terms of the planning, because the planning keeps coming up. This Three of Wands energy is giving me the feeling that they're really planning. So I don't know what that means to you, if this is just that they are planning to deepen the connection with you, but this might be a connection that requires a lot of planning. and that might be why this theme keeps recurring. This might be like, in order for the two of you to be together or to spend more time together, there's a lot of planning that needs to happen. It could be a logistical thing. It could be about distance. Maybe the two of you are at a distance and this person was going to have to move. They need to like find a job wherever it is that you live or something like that. So there's a lot of planning, but they're approaching this connection with a very mature energy. Like they're looking ahead and they're looking at all the details of it. They're looking at every scenario and like trying to get ahead of it. It's very thought out. It's not immature energy at all. It's very thought out energy. It's the kind of energy that thinks of every outcome and thinks of every potential and how to get ahead of any potential problem that could come up. Yeah, they're having some really strong feelings for them. Like it might be new for them. I feel like it is new for them, and it's not like it's something that they can't, like they didn't imagine happening. I think it's something they wanted to have happen, but I just think that like that connection and them realizing that you kind of like were everything that they've been asking for and everything that they've hoped for is like, it's serious to them, because I think they know that that's not like something that they can create easily. The two of you are connected over something that is unique to the two of you. So I just want to say that. I don't know exactly what it is. I feel like it's this sensitivity that you have. Like the two of you are sensitive in the same way. The two of you pick up on and perceive the same kind of like unseen things that most people wouldn't know what you're even talking about. But the two of you are connected in this way, which makes the connection very special. And it makes it something that this person doesn't want to waste in a way. Okay, let's look at your astrology card, and then we'll flip over your card, your heart card that you chose at the beginning of this reading, and see what message is on it. So on this card we have Scorpio, I transform. And here we have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So that is interesting. We have the idea of transformation coming up with both of these cards, and this is we're just looking at additional messages for the connection. So this is any information that you need about this connection. Very interesting. This really might be kind of a new feeling for them, because we're now talking about this idea of transformation and this connection helping them grow into something new. So they're growing into a different person, or they have grown into a different person because of this connection. And they've had to accept how strong these feelings are in order to grow. I love that these cards came out together, because the Scorpio card says, I transform. And then this card here, it almost gives like instructions on how to transform. And that's through trusting. So I think there is an element of trust present in this connection. I think this person really trusted that this was significant in some way. They're kind of like trusting their instincts here. Another kind of recurring theme that's come up in this reading, just the idea that like there's something that the two of you perceive that other people don't, and it feels very instinctual. It feels like some sort of gift, and I think that this person is trusting their instincts and wanting to like move forward based on this instinctual knowing that they have when it comes to this connection. They're wanting to make plans, and they're looking at this as they're looking at it from a very mature place. Very thoughtful. It's a very thoughtful place. It's not something that they have just rushed into and not considered. So yeah. Wow. This is actually like very deep energy here, very emotional energy. And to me, it feels like the energy of the future. Like there's something here that will change things, that will transform things. It'll transform both of your lives for the future. So yeah, I think I will leave the reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if it resonated, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you feel like doing that. And I will hopefully see you again in another reading really soon. Bye. Hi, number 3. If you picked this image, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what your person thought when they first saw you or when the two of you first met. Let's jump right in with your oracle card and some of your tarot cards and look at what this person thought when you first met. Okay, we have Buffalo. Let's see what we have for tarot cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, wow, wow. We have Strength. My goodness. King of Wands. And Page of Swords. Okay, let me get these so that you can see everything. That should work. Okay, let me tell you something. When this person first saw you or when the two of you first met, this person thought you were so incredibly dynamic. They were seeing you as someone who has this ethereal quality to you, but at the same time, someone who's really grounded and sensible. So, like, what a combination. And it's beautiful. I think this person was very entranced by you when the two of you first met. One of the first thoughts this person had was really how lucky they were to meet you. So this could be a connection that came together by complete chance. There's a couple of ways I could read this and it'll vary for everyone. So kind of take what resonates, but there's this feeling of luck involved. So this could be like a situation where you just nearly missed this person. Like you were in a scenario where you might not have met them if you hadn't stayed 1 second longer in that location, or if this person hadn't randomly introduced you. There's really that feeling of like there's some kind of chance here. Also, if this is a situation where the two of you met just in unlikely circumstances, there's kind of that coming through too. Like just some situation where it just seems like it's highly unlikely that we met out of all the people here or something like that. If this was like a dating app scenario, this is a message that's coming through for some of you. It could be that because dating apps can be so full of like, oh, I don't know really how to put this, but so full of, fake people or people who really aren't looking for the same things that you're looking for, people who are maybe even like tricking people into believing that they look a certain way that they don't. It's full of a lot of nonsense at times. It could be that you met this person in a scenario where it's like it always goes wrong and this time it didn't. So it could be something like that where this person is like, wow, I can't believe I actually met somebody like this on that site. Like that site has never produced anything like this before. It's always just like a bunch of strange people or like people who aren't serious or something like that. But one of the first things that they thought was that they lucked out in some way meeting you. So that's just a great thought to come to their mind. They feel lucky to be in your presence. I think that they feel like you're one of a kind in some way. It could be back to that energy that I was picking up on before, especially with this buffalo energy, this feeling of like otherworldliness or this ethereal quality, and then also this groundedness at the same time. They feel like that's a rare combination to discover in someone. I get the vibe that this person immediately felt like everyone else, like everyone in the room or any person that you come in contact with would be interested in you. It's like they felt like the competition would be really steep right from the beginning. And I can see why, because they have this... they're just giving off this energy of like, wow, this person is amazing. I lucked out to meet this person at all. And then the next thought is, everybody is going to feel that same way about this person. Everybody would think they lucked out if they met this person, and everybody would be interested in this person. Yeah, so it's like they're aware that the competition is really steep, that you are somebody who would be very intriguing and very appealing to a wide range of people. I think that this person really noticed some unique things about your personality right away. Back to this idea of ethereal and grounded. So they may have picked up on more than just that, but it's like they really picked up on something that's very unique to you, some quality that's very unique to you, something that they don't see often. They don't know anybody that is like you in some way. I think that they noticed that you're really funny and charismatic, and then that you also have this serious side to you. So you can be really playful, and you can be very, you can really draw people in with your energy, with just the dynamic quality of your personality. And then you also have this more serious, more thoughtful, more down to business kind of aspect to your personality. And they picked up on that right away. There's also this conviction that's coming through about you. So you have a strong will, and you have this ferocity to your personality, and then you also have this really kind and gentle side to you as well. And they noticed that you were exuding the kind of confidence that let this person know how strong you are right from the start. Depending on how your first meeting went with this person, you might have actually shared with them some of the struggles that you have gone through, and that could be where they're getting this this impression from, this idea from. If you didn't, then they just somehow sensed that you were a person who's overcome your fair share of challenges, but somehow you didn't let these challenges, these bumps in the road, these things that could be viewed as obstacles or hindrances, you didn't let any of that dim your light. I feel like this person could be intimidated by you, but I don't think that this is the sort of intimidation that would stop them. I think this is the kind of thing where they feel like if you give them a chance, they're just going to be the happiest, the luckiest person on the face of the earth. Like, they don't care if there's an element of like, this person's way out of my league, or like, how did I get so lucky to end up with someone like you? They don't care if that's present in the relationship, just as long as they get to be close to you, because it's like they truly admire you. Yeah. I do think that all the elements that you would want to be present are present. I think that they were attracted to you. I think they were attracted to you for so many reasons, though, not just physical. So I think that kind of stuff is there, but it's just what's more important to me is like they were in complete awe. And that is, to me, that's better. Like, that's even better than physical attraction, because that just means they were just taken by you completely. And there were elements of your personality that really drew them in, which is more sustainable than something as like fleeting as good looks. But that was definitely something that they noticed about you. But it's almost like an angelic kind of thing that they noticed about you. That's what they thought. They thought you were like that's probably it. That's probably this lucky thing, this Wheel of Fortune thing. I think that they felt like you're an angel that had just descended from heaven. Like, it's on that level, you guys. It's on that level. They were absolutely taken by you. Excuse the motorcycle, but let's take that as confirmation. If you can hear that, that's confirmation that they were in awe. Absolutely. Let's look at these next two cards, and we're gonna look into how their feelings have changed since the time that you first met them, or since the time they first saw you, or in some cases how their feelings will change as this connection progresses. So we have mystery, and patience. Okay. Okay. This person has, as time has gone by, um, or will as time goes by, they're becoming more and more intrigued by you. So this feeling of like, wow, where did this person come from? I'm absolutely amazed by this person. It didn't go away and it's not going to go away. This isn't something that they only felt when they first saw you. They just become more intrigued with you as the days go on. So it seems like there's um, the unfolding of the connection might take a little while, or it might have taken a little while, like for them to really get to know you or something. It might take a little while. It seems to me like they have unanswered questions about you, and like they want to know more. They're very interested um in you. It's like they still see you, or for a while they will still see you, depending on where you are in this connection, as a bit of a mystery. um which is exciting a little bit because like mystery is a little bit sexy. It's kind of intriguing. So they do still see you as a bit of a mystery. It's almost like you don't give them everything at once. You don't reveal everything about yourself all at once. You reveal little parts of yourself slowly over time, and it really keeps them interested. And it's not, I don't think you're doing this as a tactic. I think this is just how you are. Like you're just not someone who is going to just spill your guts about just everything you've ever experienced, and every place you've ever been, and it just, not everything all at once. And even if you've shared quite a lot with this person, they just see you as this mysterious creature. And I think that that might have to do with this ethereal quality that they are seeing in you, because it's almost like no matter how much they know about you, they will always see you as this magical, mystical person, in a way, like this angel that dropped from the sky. And it's like they can never fully understand, they can never fully comprehend the magnitude of everything that you have to offer. So this is some serious stuff here. This is some real serious stuff. They are they're very intrigued. They're hooked, I want to say. It's like they are not, when they first saw you, they saw you and then they didn't look anywhere else, because it was like there was nothing else to see. You were kind of it. Wow. I think for some of you, um, it might be also with this mystery card that this person, their feelings for you are a mystery to even them. Like they might not have shared with you how much they are feeling, and it could be because it's all so unknown, that the whole topic of this connection has kind of a mysterious nature to it. They don't really know how to decipher how they're feeling, which I can understand, because there's a lot going on here. A lot of really intense energy. You had two major arcana cards come out, and then two court cards. There's a lot of strong energy. It's quite possible that this person doesn't really know how to decipher these feelings that they're having for you. They may have had these feelings the minute that they laid eyes on you, which could make this be maybe more challenging to decipher, because they're like, whoa, what is going on? Why do I feel like this? That's quite possible. So yeah, the way that they feel about you might be even a bit of a puzzle to them. Something that they can't really put their finger on, something that they can't quite describe, but it's present nonetheless. Yeah, I'm really loving this energy. I'm also noticing that like every figure on this card is looking this way. This buffalo is looking this way. On the strength card, we have the female here and the lion looking this way. We have this person looking this way. Everybody's looking that way. So it's really just telling me that like this person has a lot in terms of like the direction that they want to go, what they see for this. I think they're pretty clear on what they see, and they want to be on the same page with you. Wow. Okay, we also have this patience card here. So yeah, to me, this is just yes, they see you as this mystery. They want to get to know you. They want to know every little detail. They want to understand. They want to get closer to you, but they're in no rush to do it. Like as soon as you want to open up to them, they're just going to be there. I think that the thing with this is, I think this person plans to be in your life for a long time. So there's no rush in terms of when everything is uncovered, because there's no reason to rush. They have all the time in the world. They literally aren't looking at anyone else. It's all about you, and it's all about this connection with you. So they feel that they have enough time to let this unfold. Let's look at your last two cards. So we're going to look at your astrology card, and we're also going to flip over the card of the image that you picked in the beginning and see what message that is. So we have 10th house, the world. Wow, you guys, lots of strong energy. And on the back of your card, we have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay. This really could be a long distance connection with this 10th house energy coming through. So I'll just put that out there for whoever it resonates for. If this is long distance, then yeah, then the additional information that we kind of want to pull out for this reading is just kind of like touching on that. But we've seen a commitment and a patience from this person. So this would indicate that they are willing to kind of wait things out as needed until this connection can come into more of a physical form than it might be at the time. This person really wants to play a major and significant role in your life with this 10th house energy. They're thinking about how they can show up in your life, how they can be meaningful in your life, how they can play an important position. I think in some terms, in some cases, they might be struggling to figure out where they can really fit into your life, where they can have this center stage role, because that's really what they want. They want to like light up your life. They want to be the light of your life. They want to be the center of your universe. And I think the reason for that is because you have come in and played that role for them. So they want to figure out how they can be that important to you. And they are in their head about this at times. They want you to see them as somebody who's worthy of their time. And they're not always completely sure that you do see them that way. But yeah, that's the most important thing that I can say here, is that they really want to play that role, and they want to be able to put everything behind them that hasn't worked out, for you to put everything behind you that hasn't worked out, and to step into this new place where they can really be like, I just can tell that this person wants to commit to you, because they really want to figure out how to be an important part of your world. In essence. So yeah, they're absolutely gobsmacked. That's the strangest word comes to mind. I feel like when they first saw you, that's the only word that I can like think of to describe it beyond what I've already said. Gobsmacked. They were in absolute awe. They were stunned and surprised, and it hasn't changed, and it doesn't look like it's going to change. They're intrigued by you. Yeah, so that's all the messages I see for you, number 3. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if it resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you feel like doing that. And I will see you again sometime soon in another video. Bye. Hi, number 4. If you picked this image, this is going to be your reading. We're going to find out what your person thought when they first saw you, or when the two of you first met. Okay, let's jump right into your cards. We'll look at your first oracle card, and then we'll get your tarot cards out and kind of see what this person thought when they first saw you. Okay, we have the stingray. Ooh, interesting energy. Let me get the tarot cards out and we'll see what's going on. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, Three of Cups, and King of Swords. I do just have to point out that it's jumping out to me. We have 3, 4, and 5. So if number sequences are significant to you in some way, that might be important to you. Number sequences like that always make me think of something that is methodical in some way, something that's laid out, something that it's like, in this case, because I haven't even like read the cards yet, so I don't know, we can come back to this idea as it ties in more. But yeah, it stood out to me, so I think it must be important in some way. It usually makes me think of some sort of process, like something that if you follow these steps, this is what's supposed to happen. So there might be an element of fatedness at play here, because it seems like step 3, step 4, step 5, like something's happening in order. Take that as it resonates. So let's talk about this. This person saw you really coming through as very confident when they first met you, coming through as this King of Swords, very, very confident energy. They felt like you were the kind of person who could take on the world. You seemed like you were really straightforward and a good communicator, and they definitely appreciated that about you right from the beginning. For some of you, this person might have, when they saw you, okay, let me try to get this straight, because this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but I want to try to be clear. For some of you, this is someone who saw you again for the first time. I'm doing air quotes here. For the first, so this isn't talking about the very first time that they saw you, but this is referring to a time that they saw you again for the first time, like after a long time of not seeing you. So for some of you, wow, I feel like for some of you that you're gonna get a message about someone you weren't asking for, and for others, you were asking about this person, but you might be thinking about the very first time they saw you, and what's coming through is the time that they saw you after a long period of time had gone by. Wow. It seems like maybe even years had passed for some of you, and then they saw you again. So with this this Four of Wands here, and with the Three of Cups, it's possible that you crossed paths with this person at a social gathering, maybe a wedding or a reunion of some kind for some of you. So it could be like a school reunion, or it could be like friends getting together after a long period of time. So I'm going to read this 2 separate ways, and this will resonate for some of you. So in some cases, you were just meeting this person for the first time at a social gathering, and that's how they were seeing you. In other cases, this person was seeing you again after years had passed at a social gathering, like you went to a friend's wedding or something, and you were both there, and they're seeing you for the first time in a long time at this social gathering. If this is a past connection, this person was so excited to see you again. They were very impressed by you physically. So this is whether or not first time meeting or seeing you again, they were very impressed by you physically. They were drawn to your physique. So for some of you, you were wearing clothing that was like really flattering to your body type, or you've been working out or something like that, but when they saw you, they were drawn to your body. Yeah, for some it was the way you were filling out your clothes. They were it might be like maybe you're super curvy, or maybe you had like put on some muscle or something like that, but they were drawn to your physique for sure when they saw you. This person was they were taken with your appearance, and what I'm hearing and what I'm kind of getting from this Stingray card is the words from head to toe, from head to toe. So there wasn't really one particular thing. I think there was something that caught their eye about you, but it wasn't just that thing. They were like, they were impressed by you physically from head to toe. Every single thing you were giving, they were liking, if that makes any sense. Yeah, okay. You were really giving off like kind of a fun, easygoing energy when they first saw you. That could be because of the setting that they saw you in. It might have been in a social setting where you were hanging with friends or you were reuniting with people, but they were very impressed by this easygoing energy. There's a feeling here that it's really interesting with this Five of Pentacles. And what I think is happening here is that there's a feeling that this person, when they first met you or first saw you, they felt like they might lose an opportunity with you, like they might miss their chance with you. It also could be that they did not take their opportunity to speak to you when they had the chance. So there's like kind of a feeling that they were worried in some way that they would miss out on something with you. It might be that the two of you crossed paths several times. Like maybe you have the same friends or you kind of like run in the same circles and you crossed paths several times, but they didn't say anything to you. So when we're talking, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. When we're talking about when they first saw you, it might be that first time that they saw you, they missed an opportunity with you, or that they feel like they missed so many opportunities with you. Like they kept seeing you and they kept keeping to themselves and not speaking up. They wanted to talk to you, but they always felt like you two were kind of missing each other, or like circumstances weren't lining up perfectly so that the two of you could talk. Take that as it resonates, because that last bit, that might not be that you were running into each other several times, but it could be something about this connection never lining up, them feeling like it never lines up perfectly, like the timing isn't right, so they keep missing opportunities. Okay, now I'm taken back to this idea of the sequence of the 3-4-5, because that makes me think of things lining up, of that sequential kind of essence to it. So that might be what it is. This person, though, they picked up on the fact that you have a lot of respect for yourself. You came across as someone very strong and confident and very self-assured, very secure, very secure in yourself. There is the chance that for some of you, you might have met this person in a professional capacity at first. You might have met them when you were like in work mode, or maybe at school when you're like in study mode. But like some of you might have met this person when you were in like serious mode, like you were in your element, you were in your zone in some way. It's kind of opposing energy to this idea of meeting in a social situation where it's like a fun gathering. But the idea of you being in your element is, I think, what's important here. You were in the energy where you can like maybe not express yourself, but in the energy of your most confident self. Maybe you are confident, like, you know, hanging out with your friends, partying, or you were like in your total professional zone, but you were coming across as someone who was like completely in your zone. And for some of you, you were in kind of like a serious, more serious mode. They thought you were smart, like whatever it is. They thought that you were exhibiting some form of intelligence. So something you said or something you did. Yeah, you're coming across as the whole package. That idea of from head to toe is coming back. You're coming across as the whole package to this person. Super attractive and intelligent. From head to toe. I think that it may be a reference to like, you've got a brain and you're hot. And that's like the impression that they got. Okay, let's move on to your next two cards, we're going to find out how this person's feelings have changed, grown, progressed since the first time that they saw you, or how their feelings will change over time. So we have forgiveness and we have regret. Okay. All right. For some of you, this really is like, this is another indication that for some, this is a past connection, and this person really did. They saw you again after a long period of time. If that's the case, this person wants to reconcile with you. There's a sense of loss and of regret when they think about this relationship, and they want to make things right. If they did see you again after a long time without being around you, it was like when they saw you, it was like a punch to the gut. They realized how much they had lost and how alone they felt during the time that the two of you have not been together. There's also a feeling that, like, if they did run into you, they weren't expecting to see you. Caught them off guard. It could have been a situation where they were totally in their element. They thought everything was fine. They're chilling, like they were maybe at a social gathering or something. And then there you are, and it's like their heart just sinks, and like they're suddenly just torn apart. So they might not have even been expecting to see you there. For others, if this is not a past connection, then this feeling of them missing out on something with you is coming back again. So this might be somebody who's too afraid to approach you, or who has sabotaged this connection in some way because of the fear, because this is a recurring theme. So this person feels like they missed an opportunity with you, and I think that this is something that, like, if it does get worked out, the two of you are going to have to like look past maybe some of their hangups or some of their shyness or whatever it is that caused them to hold back. Yeah, I am getting a feeling they might have just been too afraid to approach you, but there's a feeling that they kick themselves every time they see you, or if it was just that one time they saw you and they let the opportunity slip by and they regret that. Or they see you on a recurring basis. It's like they keep letting the opportunity to say something or to connect with you in a certain way slip right past them, and they're kicking themselves every time they do that. It feels like this connection may be a catalyst for some kind of personal growth for this person, and like they need to put the past behind them in some way. There might be something that's holding them back, and they need to put that behind them. And like this connection and feeling that, just the way that they felt about you, this from head to toe feeling, this feeling that you were like the full package, might push them into making this change or growing in these particular ways. Okay, we have two more cards. We're going to find out any additional messages that you need to know about this connection. So we will look at your astrology card, and then we will also flip over your heart card that you chose and see what message is on that card. So on your astrology card, we have Yod, which is destiny. Okay, my wheels are turning here. And we have my beloved. Oh, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Okay. Again, this is a past connection, or a connection in separation for a lot of you that selected this pile. And wow, I feel like you need to hear this message. It kind of does feel like this is in separation for like the majority of you. This person feels like the love between you is destined. Like there's some kind of deep spiritual bond between you. Again, 3, 4, 5. this, like I'm telling you, it's an odd thing, and I have to always interpret it based on what's going on in the reading and the rest of the reading. But it's like that kind of sequential pattern, when it jumps out at me, it's usually something to do with like taking these steps in sequential order, things being as they should, putting things in order. Sometimes it's about your steps being directed and like following the destined path, following the path that's been laid out for you. And then we have this destiny card. So this is telling me that this connection is destined in a way. This connection is very, very important. It kind of feels like if this is something that you want, that it can't be spoiled. Like it cannot be destroyed, that there's a certain path that you're on, and it might not always look the way that you imagined it would, but it's headed in the right direction. It's going from, you know, step 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. You're on that journey. Even the fact that this started on step 3, you're on this journey. So yeah, this feels like a destined connection. And this person really is letting you know through this message that no amount of separation between the two of you could ever truly break this bond. So even if there is a period of time when the two of you don't speak, or if it's a situation where it's not easy for the two of you to speak, to talk, to communicate about all of this, as straightforward as you want to be, because you're coming through as this King of Swords, so I know you want those feelings out in the open. This person's letting you know this connection cannot be broken. This bond cannot be broken. The love and the depth that they feel for you, it cannot be destroyed. And no amount of space between the two of you and no amount of time that passes could ever destroy them. I want to touch on this if this was a newer connection, because this pile does feel a lot like a past connection, but for some of you it might not be. And in that case, I think this person, I think that they have some really strong feelings for you right from the beginning. Like I was saying, regardless of how long this has been going on, when this person first saw you, they saw the total package. You were able to make such an impression on them that they thought, that's the full deal right there. That's everything I want. So if this is something where like it had the connection has not really had a chance to blossom yet, I think this person feels attached to you on a spiritual level, even though you haven't had much opportunity to explore the connection, because they're coming through as somebody who thinks about you a lot, who thinks about the potential of this connection a lot, and who feels connected to you even when the two of you are not in close proximity. This might be a case where you see this person from time to time. Like you might see them at this particular place, but you don't see them every single day. And they have to kind of go spaces of time without being able to see you, without being able to admire you, because I think they do. I think when they see you, they're taken by you physically and intellectually. So there might be spaces of time where the two of you can't explore each other in that way, but they're just always thinking about you. You're always on their mind. So yeah, really beautiful connection, and potentially past connection for some of you. That's all the messages I see for you, number 4. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. I really enjoyed doing this reading. If you liked this reading, if it resonated with you, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I will see you again, hopefully really soon, in another video. Bye.